The second digital tool that I chose to explore is a website called Thrively. I found Thrively using an external resource that provides details and reviews of websites, apps, and digital tools called Common Sense. I do not have a specific reason for as to why I chose Thrively, other than the fact that I enjoyed reading the reviews and was genuinely curious to see what this resource had to offer and how it could be implemented within a classroom. I found that Thrively is a website that aids students in finding online activities that align with their individual interests. The beginner version, Thrively Starter, is free and can be accessed through all browsers using any device. Not knowing where to start, I clicked around and found that if you hit My Classes and add students today, it brings you to the screen on how to invite your students to join your Thrively classroom. You can do so through an invite code, Google Classroom, adding them manually, or following the bulk upload instructions. Once a teacher sets up a class, students are then able to take assessments that identify their potential strengths and interests. Once identified, Thrively suggests activities tailored to that specific student's interests and strengths. Wondering what these assessments look like, I took the Know Your Strengths assessment. I found it to be somewhat time consuming. It took me, a fast reader, around 15 to 20 minutes to complete. I did, however, enjoy the fact that it was not just reading a question and selecting the answer that best fit me, but also watching videos that posed questions, completing memory assessments, and more. After completing the strengths assessment, I was guided to the results page that provided me with my top 5 strengths according to my answers of the assessment. After further reading through the results, I was prompted to create my first journal entry. What does each strength mean to you? Give an example of how it impacts your life and how can it help you in school? I enjoy that this feature will challenge our students to think deeper beyond the answers that they were given from the assessment. I think that this aligns with ISTE Standards for Students 1.3D. Students build knowledge by actively exploring real world issues and problems, developing ideas and theories, and pursuing answers and solutions. All of the questions that I answered within the assessment matched that. Going back to my dashboard, I found that once you complete an assessment, you are given resources. The next assessment on the list is the 60-second Wellbeing Index, followed by the Hope Index. The intended audience for this website is not only students, but their teachers as well. Students are able to get a better understanding of what their strengths and interests are and what they can do with them. At the same time, teachers can get a better understanding of who their students are and what makes them them. As I will gain new students each year, I see this resource becoming one that I use to get to know my students better. And I think that they could do the same with me. I enjoy that the educator and the teacher can complete the assessments as well so that we can talk about what our answers were. We can compare journal entries and so much more. Thrively also aligns with ISTE standard for education leaders. Build a strategic plan. Build on the shared vision by collaboratively creating a strategic plan that articulates how technology can be used to enhance learning. By learning my students' goals, activity, their answers and results for well-being index and so much more, I'm able to get a better understanding of how I can help them. I still have a lot left to explore using Thrively, but I plan to do so and figure out how I can make this work for my classroom.